Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
Pronouns, pronouns, xenopronouns, neopronouns. What's happening here? What is this? This video has been requested a bajillion times, which tells me that allies are deeply interested in affirming who we are and understanding our community better. So if that's you, if you're an ally watching this video, or an ally sent it to you and you're an ally, if your ally is doing ally work and wanting to understand, thank you. You're doing the extra credit, and we appreciate it. If you are trans yourself or non-binary and want a deeper understanding about some words that may affirm you, keep listening, keep watching. Pronoun is a part of speech. He and she are the usual pronouns that everyone grows up with and thinking of referring to one person. But of course, they refers to one person as well. Someone left their umbrella. They as one person. But there's more to this story than just he, she, or they. I'm non-binary and my pronouns are they, them. So if you were going to talk about me, you would say, Jeffrey is an amazing author. They are really attractive. They being used in place of he or she to refer to one person, in this case, me. Because I'm non-binary. Neopronouns, literally new pronouns, refers to the creation of a new word, a neo word, to go in that slot. So a common one is Z. If my pronoun was Z, you would say Jeffrey is a brilliant thinker. Z is one of the most attractive people I've ever seen. You'd say a lot of things, I'm sure. So that is the creation of a brand new word to put in the slot where he, she, or they would go. Xenopronouns, perhaps one of the most beautiful concepts, one of the most poetic ways to approach this subject. Xenopronouns refers to any pronoun a person has that is unspeakable, that is unworkable in the language of a person. So an example would be a xenopronoun would be a word, I can't even say it, right? Because that's the point. They're unsayable and sort of effervescent and unknowable, kind of like a person's gender. That's why I love this one. So an example would be, a xenopronoun would contain a set of letters that is a pronunciation that a human being can't pronounce. It's some sound that a human being can't pronounce. Or that a xenopronoun contains an image or a concept that it's alluding to that is actually something that language has no way to express. The movement of understanding where non-binary people come from can sometimes take us into very lofty, beautiful, spiritual, poetic places. Thank you for your willingness to understand, and thank you for your willingness to honor us.
You can where I work. The company that I work for has a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to discrimination, and that includes interactions between customers and employees. Inclusivity training is required for the job. If a customer approaches me directly and uses the wrong pronouns, I am allowed to correct them. If a customer calls to me using the wrong pronouns, I am allowed to ignore them until they address me correctly. And if they catch an attitude with me about it, I am allowed to walk away, and there will be no disciplinary action taken against me because HR and corporate has my back. When our HR lady was making my name tag and asked if I would like my pronouns on them, she said I am absolutely allowed to defend myself, because no one should have to deal with discrimination while they are at work.
How can one of the people I call for work try and mansplain my job to me? Are you all right in the head? I'm giving you information and you're telling me the information is wrong. Did you look at the statistics?
A black friend of mine sent me a video about a woman that was getting her house appraised, a black woman. She did it a couple of times. Then she had it appraised and changed the person, that was supposedly the owner to a white person, not herself. And suddenly it was appraised at 3 times the value. And I made a comment to my friend, like, I'm so sick of this shit. Ding! I always forget, and I say shit like that. I need to check myself. If I'm tired of shit like that, and this system is rigged for me and my husband, rigged all the way. We need to continue to stand up and speak out, not just on social media, but everywhere. And very loudly so those in the back can hear. Social media isn't the only way to get your message out. It helps, but we need to start doing this in public and calling people out.
Just a friendly reminder that my pronouns are she and they. So you can stop calling me she all the time. You could call me they too. That's why it's there, the fuck.
Coming to you from behind this plant, let's talk about sexism in Switzerland. Let's look at the workplace situation. According to the Glass Ceiling Index of The Economist, Switzerland currently ranks on place 26 out of 29 when it comes to equality in the workplace. So no, we're not just behind Sweden and Norway. There's a couple of other countries before us too. Reasons for that are the astronomically high childcare costs and very little infrastructure for that, the unlawful firing of young mothers, specifically after maternity leave, the really bad maternity leave conditions, worse than when Germany introduced paid maternity leave in the 1950s actually, social stigma for young mothers returning to the workforce, and very little full-time positions offered to mothers in general. This article even says that Swedish mothers warn their exchange student daughters from getting a Swiss boyfriend because they say your freedom will be gone then. And I haven't even mentioned sexist laws and online harassment.
Splitting the check is a perfect example of symbolic change, where the dominant group has no interest in actually redistributing power, wealth, or resources, and therefore uses a cultural phenomenon as a symbol of a level of equality that they have no actual interest in working to achieve. Violence against women by men, when we have the gender pay gap, when we have the orgasm gap, when we have the pink tax, when we have the fact that motherhood and all the labor around childcare falls on women, and this is unpaid labor. But then we have a new generation of feminist men who couch all their politics in splitting the check of a date that they attended. You just have to ask yourself, what is going on here? Symbolic change. It is a weapon of bamboozling us into thinking that these men actually care about pro-feminist issues while choosing the act that should probably be the absolute last in terms of the list of priorities of feminist issues. You have to wonder who benefits from this being the conversation. Why are we not having a deeper discussion about the ways we are still so fundamentally unequal, not just gender-wise, but then also in a way that's very racialized as well? All I'm going to say is that it does not make you more feminist. It does not make you and this man more equal by choosing to pay for half constantly. In a system in which you systemically are excluded from job opportunities, excluded from being promoted within those job opportunities, and then excluded from equal pay to men when you do actually access those opportunities. This is not an issue of feminism. This is an issue of men trying to benefit from the cultural moment of feminism that we are in without actually trying to shift the power dynamic in any meaningful way.
I had a friend tell me recently that she just had to end a friendship because her friend kept making moves on her. The way that she framed this situation was that she and her mom and her sister all agreed that she had been too flirty with this person, and that's why he kept making moves on her. No. That's wrong. She had explicitly told him she wasn't interested in dating. She had made it clear to him that she was not sexually or romantically interested. That's not on her. You can flirt with people, and they don't have to cross your boundaries. They can respect you as a human. Flirting's fun. We should all do it with each other. That doesn't mean that we should all go crossing each other's boundaries. If a predator isn't at a bar, no one gets preyed on, because we can all respect each other and live in peace. It's not up to us to teach other people what boundaries are and what respect is, and you deserve better.
beautiful, I am loved, I am safe, I am free. I don't need to be like them, I just need to be like me.